want to know some teen movies that literally give off that girl energy, some movies that will put you in the perfect back to school mood, then this video is the perfect video for you. Hi my best friends, and welcome back to my sleeper. In today's video we're going to be talking about some movie recommendations to get you excited for back to school. So these are going to be movies that give off that girl energy so you can really get into the mood of being that girl this back to school year. Most of these movies, the main character really gives off that girl energy in my opinion, and I'm also going to be including some of the other movies that are just like so high school iconic movies that you really need to include in there because they're really fun to watch and they will get you excited for this back to school year. Here are some of my favorite comments from you guys, and let's get into this video. Okay, so excuse me looking a little weird, but I just thought of something that can make this more fun. So basically, because these are the movies that a lot of people already know, what can make this more fun is if you guys try to guess which movie I'm talking about before I name the name of the movie from the description that I give about the movie, and comment down below in the comments how many you got right. Starting off with number one, which I also posted on my Instagram story. This movie is my all-time favorite because the main character is like, I feel like she's just that girl, and she's also so confident in herself, and I really love seeing confident main characters and not just seeing the not like other girls main characters in teen movies. And honestly, this main character has been someone I could always relate to my whole life because I myself am also really girly. I really like dressing up, and the girly like dressing up blonde girl would always be so demonized in teen movies, but this movie is not doing that. So this movie recommendation is Wild Child with Emma Roberts. It is an amazing movie. It's basically about the main character Poppy, who lives in LA, and she's the typical kind of like LA girl. She's also rebelling a lot because her father is getting remarried, and because of that she caused a lot of trouble, so her dad decides to send her to a boarding school in England.
You are going to boarding school in England.
And it's basically about her going to that school and trying to get expelled from there because she really doesn't like it there, but it kind of turns into something else, you know? And I really love this movie because there's so much friendship, there's also a really strong, confident main character, and there's also a really cute romance, which I love seeing in this movie. So yeah, Wild Child starring Emma Roberts, definitely check it out. Number two is again one of my most favorite freaking movies of all time, and the character that is literally really that girl, like she's the definition of that girl. I love how the character is so strong and confident in herself.
What are your backups?
I don't need backups. I'm going to Harvard.
And she stays true to herself, and she discovers that she's so much more than she thought throughout the movie, and really finds her true capabilities and really like pushes her limits. This movie really inspires you to achieve things, to go for your goals, and to realize your true worth and not really focus on people who try to bring you down.
You're not smart enough, sweetie.
Wait, am I on glue, or did we not get into the same law school, Warner?
Or some people who maybe don't like you back and don't want to be with you. I would literally watch this every single time I would find something bad would happen with the person that I liked, or every single time I went through a breakup.
I'm never gonna be good enough for you, am I?
And this movie is Legally Blonde. Legally Blonde is basically about the main character who gets dumped by her boyfriend.
I think we should break up.
Because he wants to go to Harvard and he wants to date someone who's quote-unquote more serious. So she decides to prove to him that she's also serious and smart by also getting in and going to Harvard. And we're basically following this character as she tries to fit in and get back the guy she liked, and along the way she actually realizes how she's worth so much more.
I'll show you how valuable Elle Woods can be.
Makes some great friends, and how to stay true to herself despite everything that happens. I really love this movie if you need some motivation for self-worth, being that girl, and a really like kind of kick in the butt motivation for studying, then this is an amazing movie to watch. The main character is a freaking definition of that girl in this one. She's again so confident, she has healthy habits, she takes care of herself, and she has the mindset to die for. This is also one of my favorite movies of all times, which I also talked about in my confidence lessons from It Girls video, and this movie is Clueless. Clueless is a 90s, I think it's 90s, right? I'm not sure, but I think it's 90s. So it's basically a 90s movie about this main character called Cher. Cher is from like a really rich family, and it's basically about her life. She also befriends a new kid, Ty, and gives her a makeover and the glow up, and it's basically about friendship, coming of age, confidence, high school, and it really has such a cute like 90s high school vibes. I love it so much. So if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out, and if you have seen it, you have to rewatch it this school year. This one is a classic because so many people talk about it, so many people recommend this movie. I honestly never really liked this movie that much. I think I've watched it like one or two times in my life actually. But right now I'm feeling like I'm getting the taste of it a little more that I used to not have before. I'm like actually looking at the characters and really like appreciating them more than I used to before. But basically this is a classic, and this one is Mean Girls. Kathy, I think her name is. I wouldn't really say she's that girl. I really kind of like don't like her character. In fact, I even like Regina George's character more than her. The next one is also going to be such a good motivation for you. If you want a motivation for this school year, hoping for some good things to come, and also a motivation for maybe doing something that you're not so confident about doing. So this one is one of my favorite movies with Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina Carpenter? How do you exactly say her name? God, it's hard. Basically, this is a movie with Sabrina, which is Work It, and I really love this movie because we see Sabrina's character start dancing because she really wants to get into this competition, and it's also that she first got rejected from her school's dance team and she makes her own dance team. This really is so inspiring to me because it really shows that if you want something, you should go for it despite anything that happens. And she is terrible at dancing, but she gets really good, and that also motivates you so much to work hard and achieve the things that you want to achieve. And there's also a good friendship in this movie. There's also a really cute ship in this movie, and there's one quote in this scene.
We all end up in the same place, in a nursing home, falling asleep in front of crappy TV. And the only memories we have are the ones that were like really fun, you know?
That honestly inspired me so much, which kind of became my life philosophy at this point. Like, my life philosophy right now is that at the end, all we have left with us is the experiences that we had in our lives. We don't really remember studying for this test that much, or like the grade that you got in 5th grade. Yes, that matters, but at the end of the day, the most important thing that you remember is the experiences that you had with people you loved, or the experiences that you had in life, even by yourself, whether it's going for some kind of competition you wanted to win, going for a university, simply taking a trip with your friends, hanging out with your friends, going to some party or something like that. Basically, that life is there to experience, and if you just focus on the outcome, it's really gonna run you by so quick, and you should really let yourself have experiences in your life and don't hold yourself back so much. Yeah, I got like my life philosophy out of a teen movie from like one scene, one quote from a side character. We love that for me, but I think it's a pretty cool movie, so definitely watch it this back to school year. The next one is such a motivator. The main character is definitely not that girl. Maybe she's a little bit more of like, I'm not like other girls type of character, but I really love this movie because it kind of like makes you believe that what you want is possible. And also, if you guys want a list of movies that make you feel as if anything is possible and help motivate you, then definitely let me know. It's going to be teen movies as well, because I know a lot of like normal motivational movies, but teen movies, it's kind of like hard to find a list if you Google it. So I think that can be really fun because I have a huge list of the ones that I love to watch. But anyways, this movie is another Cinderella story starring Selena Gomez. I really love seeing Selena. I think she's so cute, and it's a little bit of a cliche movie, but I really like it because I feel like it's so cute, and you can say anything you want about this movie. I love it, and sometimes all you need is a fairy tale to get you excited for the new school year. This one, the main character is kind of more like a nerdy it girl, I would say, but it's such a cute back to school movie, and I really like back to school movies that have some kind of like fantasy element to them. So this one is called It Is a Boy Girl Thing, and it's basically about these two characters that really hate each other, and you know how much I love like hate to love relationships in movies. Not in real life. I don't really care for that much in real life. I feel like it can be toxic, but in movies I feel like it's so cute. And it's also like opposite characters. This guy's like super popular, this girl is like really focused on studying, and one day they're going to switch bodies, and I think that is so funny. I remember really liking this movie. I haven't watched it for the last like I would say 3-4 years lately, but I remember really liking it when I was in like 9th or 8th grade, I would say. It can be a little cliche at times, but I think it's really fun. So and now we're moving into more recent teen movies, because I feel like the other ones were mostly from 2000s, and these ones are going to be from the last 2 to 3 years. So one of them, if you want kind of like a really cute romance movie, this movie is super popular and you probably have seen it, and if you have, definitely rewatch it this school year because it's just so cute. I've read the books, I've seen the movie. This movie is To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and if you haven't seen it, it's basically about our main character Lara Jean, who writes love letters to the people she has a crush on to kind of like let go of those people and like move on from them. She never sends them though, but one day her letters get sent out, which leads to her pretending to be fake girlfriend and boyfriend with the most popular guy in school because he wants to make his ex jealous, and she wants to convince her sister's ex that she doesn't like him. So it's a really cute movie. I love watching it, and the book is also incredibly good. I didn't really like the second and the third part, not the books, not the movies that much, but I loved the first movie. I think it's incredible. I think actually like they changed the director or something in the second movie, and yeah, that kind of ruined it for me. I really liked the first one. And we're going to be finishing off with the most cliche, terrible movie that even I can admit is honestly a terrible movie. That's like reading a trashy Wattpad story at 2 a.m. level terrible. So you guys just try to take a guess on this one because it's the movie everyone hates. I think it was a Wattpad story at first. I'm pretty sure there's a book for this one. Anyways, this one is The Kissing Booth, and it is terrible. I cringe watching it so much, I'm gonna admit it, but I'm also going to admit that me and one of my best friends really love to watch it every single year. It's like our tradition at this point. We just get some popcorn and snacks, we sit down with this movie, we cringe, but at the same time it's fun. So yeah, these were my That Girl movie recommendations to get you excited for this back to school year, and if you have some other ones, definitely leave them in the comments below. I would love to read them, and I would love to see something that I haven't watched or something that I maybe should have included in this list but I didn't. I'm even going to pin the comment that suggests the movie that I think is not on this list but I realize should be. So let's make a competition in the comments below. I'm so tired. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!